Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Network was, yeah, the network was breaking actually.
I was using my phone as hotspot, so calls was entering. Sorry about that. Hello?
Yeah, boss, I'm here.
I can hear you. I hear you now.
Okay, thank you. So we need to know all these things. All right. We need to know our habits and traits. And the most important one is we need to know how we really feel about ourselves. Because number one, it's how you feel about yourself that actually makes you to go out. It's how you feel about yourself that actually makes you to go out and do some certain things, basically. All right. Then you need to know how confident are you in yourself. All right. Then how well you can relate with others and how much you do trust others. All right. Because at the end of the day, for you to succeed in any endeavor, these things I just mentioned are very key. I don't know if you understand. They are very key. And that's why you see some people can set out in a business endeavor and realize that others are succeeding while they are not succeeding. All right. And just like I used to say, most people don't put blame on themselves, they put blame on the system. All right. And as I was telling him yesterday, I say, you see, if you're a chicken in business A and you switch over to business B, you will still be a chicken. All right. If you can't make it in business A, there's hell no way that you will ever make it in business B. There's no indication. Because what actually makes you succeed in a particular business are the discipline you have inculcated in yourself. It is you that succeeds, not the business that succeeds.
True.
So if you're a failure from a particular business and you dive into another business, you will still be a failure, no matter how easy or soft or the level of free lunch they are sharing in the next business that you want to jump into. So if you lack that particular discipline in a particular, in your former business or current business or the business you're aspiring to or to open up or any other thing, you see all these things I mentioned, all right? Knowing who you are, knowing how you think, all right, and who created the pathways for that thought, all right? Knowing your beliefs and how that beliefs has been injected into you from when you knew nothing, all right? Having an awareness about your habits and character and the way you feel about yourself, all right? And being confident either with yourself or with others, or trusting people or not trusting people, or knowing your capacity or not knowing your capacity at the end of the day is going to be dependent on all of these factors. Your success is hugely dependent on them. And all these things can be taught to you, but nobody can put it inside of you. You have to do it consciously by yourself. So at the end of the day, you realize that, okay, this thing is there. A lot of people are succeeding, but nothing is happening with me. Right? And so long as almost everybody in the world today are object referral, they tend to push all the pointer in another direction that is away from themselves. All right. Then one of the questions I told this young man to ask himself is this: do you really think, all right, on a sincere note, do you really think you deserve wealth? Forget about anything you're telling Martins right now, all right? Forget about anything you're telling me to please me based on good answer. You know, I need to show strength. I need to make enough for myself hand here. You understand? What do you really think about wealth? Do you really think you deserve it? All right. And I asked him another question. What is your ability? What is your capacity? What do you think is your power, your potential to act in spite of fear and worry? All right. In spite of inconveniences and discomfort, what is your ability to act? Because it's the action that brings the money. All right. All right. And I asked him, can you act when you're in or out of the mood? All right. Can you act when you're you're not in the mood? Can you act when you're in the mood? So what is your capacity to act in spite of fear, in spite of worry, in spite of inconveniences, in spite of discomfort? All right. Because you see, if it's not comfortable for you, you might not want to act. If it's not the right time, according to your own thinking, you might not want to act. All right. It's just like I used to tell you guys this quote from Dr. Tom Barrett. He said, all entrepreneurs wears Nike. They just do it. They don't think. All right. They just do it. All right. They do it before they think, because it's the action that brings the result at the end of the day. And the fact is that, all right, your character, your action, your thinking, your beliefs are a critical part of what determines the level of your success. All right? Your character, your thinking, and your beliefs. All right? These things are very, very critical and pivotal to your success. All right? I will say this. The key to success is to raise your own energy, right? The key to your success is, number one, raise your own energy, all right? And when you do, people will naturally be attracted to you, all right? And when people are attracted to you, when they show up around you, when your energy is at its maximum peak, all right, build them, put a price on it. All right. And is somebody typing? Who is typing? Hello.
Hello, sir.
Who's typing? All right. I think we should continue. Today, we're talking about business, and today we're talking about business and investment. All right. You know, oftentimes I heard people who have blown up financially. I don't know if you've heard them. I don't know if you've noticed a lot of people who have a lot of money and then they lose it, and a lot of people who have good opportunities, starting out well, but then they go out sour. All right, everything goes down south with them. All right, then I've seen a lot of people. I don't know if you've seen anywhere. All right, now I want you to know the real cause on all these things. All right, So I want you to note this today, that if you come into big money when you are not ready for it, in other words, if big money fall on you, contract or dash or anything, all right,
Okay.
if you come into big money, all right, when you're not ready for it, on the inside, not just on the outside, because every adult you see out there wants money. That means on the outside, they are ready for money. All right. So the chances are that your wealth will be short-lived and you will lose it. My mentor will put it in a better note. He said, you see, any money that you have whose process you're not a part of, you are going to lose it. All right.
I like it.
So if you just want money, and all you want is money, if that money is given to you, you're going to lose it. Jim Rohn puts it better. He said, if you gather all the money in the world and you divide it equally among everybody in the world, very soon, all the money you collected will find themselves back in the same pocket you collected them from. Because poor people will spend themselves back into poverty. All right? And the only difference between the poor and the rich is in their thoughts, in the way they think. All right? I might not go delve deeper into how poor people think today, so that we can categorize ourselves and know what changes to make. All right. Well, I want you to know that the vast majority of people simply do not have the internal capacity to create and hold on to large amount of money. And you see, that increase the challenges that go with more money and success. All right. And that's the primary reason a lot of people don't have much money, because the capacity, the intensity to contain big money is on the inside, not on the outside. Not just because, okay, you're now 35 years old or 30 years old, some amount of money should be given to you to control. You will kill yourself, all right? It's just like handing an AK-47 to a 2-year-old, all right? A loaded AK-47, fully loaded and set, all right, for mass destruction, and give it to a 2-year-old to play with, right? That's what money is in the hands of people who are not internally ready for it. And that's why you see a lot of them make noise, they disturb the environment with it. All right? And oftentimes, when I hear people say all the money and pray all the money that that is meant for you in the next 180 years, the Lord will give it to you in one day. If God give it to you in one day, you will die. All right, because God expects you to get matured at every level in your life, right? And there's a particular level of money you're going to earn at every particular level in your life. All right. So if all the money is given to you all at once, basically, you're going to lose your life. And God doesn't want you to die before you start enjoying yourself.
Yes, sir.
So if there's anything you would want to develop, is the internal capacity to hold $600 billion and still keep quiet.
Magabaha.
All right. So at the end of the day, we know this guy is worth over 600 billion US dollars richer, but he's still trekking with normal people. He's still comfortable living in his environment. He's still comfortable hanging around with his like-minded friends. He's still comfortable to move out any time of the day he wants without carrying 1 billion policemen. All right. So
Yes.
When Mark Zuckerberg came to Nigeria, I really learned a lot from everything that happened around him. I heard he was jogging on the street of Lagos. All right, that's one of the top 10 richest man in the entire universe, richer than Nigeria itself, jogging on the street of Nigeria. Whereas a local government councillor, not even a chairman, councillor cannot move in their pure water without at least a security man. All right?
Yes, sir.
You can't find, okay, a notable, I'm talking about politicians, I'm talking about men of God as well. All right? Without carrying convoy, siren, and security people. You see, a lot of businessmen cannot move with $1 million without carrying 10 policemen. All right? But the shackles, the shackles, the limitation is stuck in the brain. It's all internal. What the hell makes you think that people know that you're going about win money? All right? My mentor told us a story one time. One man was given 1 million naira, and he was given 1 million naira from the office, and you know it was a weekend, and the guy took the 1 million naira home. Everybody in his house became a suspect. Nobody knew they gave him money from the office, but everybody in his office became suspects all of a sudden. All right, and he couldn't sleep. 1 million naira seized this guy's sleep for 3 nights. Wasn't able to wait until Monday. He had to call his boss and say, "Oga, I'm bringing this money back to you." But the boss insisted that you keep this money up until, oh, Ade, thank you very much. Mark Zuckerberg was jogging in Yaba. Yeah, I see it now. All right. You know, when this guy went to put this money in the bank on Monday morning, and he also was restless. The money was already in the bank. He will open his app to make sure that, okay, this money has not reduced. Now, this is somebody who doesn't earn up to 100,000 naira per month. All of a sudden was given, I think his salary was about 35 or 45 or thereabout. Now, this kind of people, before their salary comes, most of the time, it's already eating up. So there is no good financial blueprint in their brain. Right? Now, what am I trying to say? Internally, this guy has a basket mind to handle money. All right? There is no capacity to handle good money. If you give that kind of a guy 10 or 20 million, that guy will faint and die. There are people like that. All right? But what I want you to do is this. I want you to imagine a tree. Let's suppose this tree represents the tree of life. Right? Are you guys with me?
Yes, sir.
On this tree are fruits. All right? In life, our fruits are called our results, isn't it? You know, you shall know them by their results, by their fruits, you shall know them, right? So let's look at these fruits. These are our results, all right? This tree, painting the picture with fruits on it, all right? So we look at the fruits, that's our result now, and we don't like them, all right? Even though there are not enough of them, they are too small, they don't even taste good. Don't forget where I'm coming from. I told you, imagine a tree, all right? Let's suppose this tree represents the tree of life. And on this tree, And on this tree, there are fruits. All right? So we're supposing that these fruits represent our results. And these fruits, we don't even like them. Just the same way you open your bank account to this morning and you don't like what you're seeing. Right? And these fruits, they are not even enough of them. And these fruits, they are even too small. And these fruits, they don't even taste good. So what do we intend to do? All right? So most of us will put more attention and focus on the fruits, our results. All right? But is it that actually, all right, is it that the fruit is the problem? Is it a seed? All right? Or is it a root that created the fruit? You see, what actually created this fruit that we're talking about is underground. All right? It's buried inside. It's not something you and I can see. What is above the ground only takes directives from what is buried within. All right? It is what is invincible that creates the visible. What does all these things mean? What does all this illustration mean? It means that if you want to change the fruit, you will have to first change the roots. If you want to change the visible, if you want to change what you're seeing, you will have to change the invincible. If you really want to change your level of results, you need to change the you inside of you. All right? Don't forget where we are coming from. All right? Don't forget. I did say earlier that you see, it is not enough to be in the right place at the right time. You have to be the right person in the right place at the right time. All right? I did say that earlier. So, and I told us that you see, how you think, who you think you are, all right, and your beliefs, all right, and who created these thinking pathways for you, this thinking rail for you that you think is actually your original thought, all right, and the people who injected this belief system in you that you think is actually you that is acting on the beliefs, all right, your habits, your traits, all right, and how you really feel about yourself and how confident you are in yourself and how well you relate with others and your level of trust for others also has a huge impact, all right, on how you become successful. And most importantly, how you actually feel that you deserve wealth or not, all right? And I did say that you can lie to me in my face, what they say, pretend to everybody that you actually believe that you can become wealthy, but in your heart of hearts, you attribute wealth to other people, that you must suffer if you must be wealthy. All these things contribute to how successful you can be, all right? And if you don't deal with all these internal struggles, internal limitations, no matter how much you spend on any business, basically, you're not going to succeed. I'm sorry to tell you the truth as it is to your face. But you've got to change you, all right? Hence, the story I just told you about the tree and the fruits. If you must change the fruit, you have to go to the root. You have to go to the root. No matter how much of my classes you're going to attend in the next 180 days, if the route is not changed, you're not going to get the result at the end of the day. And the fact that you are attending this class does not mean you're getting something out of the class. You can just sign in for just attendance sake. All right? Are we still together? So if you must change the visible, if you must change the results you're having, you must and definitely change the invincible. The invincible is the most important, guys. Is the most important. All right, thank you, Wilson. Thank you, Clifford. All right. So at the end of the day, if we must change the result we're getting, in other words, if we must change the root, the fruits, basically, we must first change the roots. All right. Some people are of the opinion, all right, that seeing is believing. All right. Now, the question I have for such people at the end of the day is, why do you bother paying attention or paying your electric bills, basically, if seeing is believing? All right. Because at the end of the day, there's no way you can see electricity. Have you ever seen electricity before? No one has. Not even the people that generate that discovered it. They just know there's a power somewhere and they found a way to harness it. But here is the power. Nobody knows. Look at it here. We only see the effect. All right? So you can certainly recognize the use of this power called electricity or electric. All right? But you see, if you have any doubt as to whether it exists or not, just stick your finger into an electric socket and you will learn by experience that the power really exists. All right? Am I making any sense? All right? Because I guarantee you that your doubt will quickly disappear in nanoseconds. All right? So, how you know to survive the shock? The person will definitely survive the shock. It's socket now. I didn't say go and hawk transformer. All right. So, in my own experience, all right, what you cannot see in this world is far more powerful than anything you can see. The invincible controls the visible. All right. All right. It controls everything. All right. And you may or you may not agree with this statement, but the extent that you do, all right, does not only apply to this principle in your life. You must be, if you don't agree, that means there's a particular level of your life that you need to really, really correct, right? Because for me, I've read the Quran several times. I've read the Bible at the same time. These two books confirms that, you know, everything that is in the invincible world has a huge impact on the visible world. And for everything to happen in the visible world, it must have happened in the invincible world. In other words, the invincible controls the visible, all right? And see, dragging it down to business and investment, just to brush it up on our topic for today, you see, if you don't believe that the invincible controls the visible, like I was almost saying the other time, but you must be suffering. Why did I say so? Because you're going against the law of nature, all right? Whereby what is under the ground creates what is above the ground. That's the law, all right, of nature, all right? Another law of nature is that, you see, the invincible creates what is visible, all right? So as humans, we are part of nature, not above it. We are soaked part and parcel, mingled with nature, all right? So consequently, when we align with these laws and we walk on our roots, that's our inner world, our life flows smoothly. I don't know if you get them. You can't go against the law of nature and succeed, right? Now, when we don't go with the life, with the law of nature, consequently, you see, life becomes or gets rough for us. So in every forest, in every farm, in every orchard on earth, in every plantation, you see, it's what is under the ground that creates what is above the ground. That's why placing your attention on the fruit, all right, that you can have, sorry, I think I need to attend to this. 1 second. But are we getting anything at all from this class? Are we getting anything at all from the class? Okay, yes, I am. Sure, I am. Yes, boss. Yes, sir. All right, thank you very much. All right. Today is just introduction. We continue tomorrow, but I would love to get 1 or 2 feedback from maybe 1 or 2 people. What you learned today. Oh, Wilson said, believe is the mother of manifestation. Thank you very much. Clifford said, we can't go against the law of nature and survive it. You will definitely, it will kill you. It will, see, your life will be rough until you die of poverty. All right. Now I was saying that in every farm, in every plantation, in every orchard, you know, it's what is underground that creates what is above the ground. All right. Now, so in our life, it's what it is embedded, inculcated. It's what is infused in us that creates our results, basically. All right. So you see, that's why placing your attention on the fruits you have grown is futile. You can't place your attention on the fruits. All right. Is like it's like vain, all right, to place your attention on your bank account, all right. What you should placing more attention to is what is entering into your mind on a consistent basis, you see, because it's your daily routine that creates the result you have in your life, all right. So if you have a corrupted, unknowingly corrupted daily routine, basically it's going to show up in your bank account. And the only way you can know that you have a very bad root, you have a very bad corrupted, infused, let's say self-discipline or invincibility, is the result it's creating. It's what's showing up in the visible. It's what you can see that has a pointer to what you cannot see, how corrupt what you cannot see is. All right. When I was growing up in life and I was struggling to make money, basically, I realized that, you see, my paradigm, what has been infused, the software that has been installed in me is corrupted. As in, I needed like an emergency, like someone in ICU in the hospital. All right. I needed an urgent operation to be installed a correct software. All right. So that I can think well. because I know that, you see, if I take care of my software, my internal programming, basically, is going to bring out a very visible, good result, good fruits that I love. All right. So for anybody who is thinking like me today, you can, however, change your tomorrow's fruit. You can, however, change your tomorrow's result. But for you to do so, you will have to dig below the ground and strengthen your roots. All right. Remove some of the softwares that you think is actually you today and install new ones. All right. So what this 180 days is going to do for you, for most of us, is this. It's going to help us with the tools it will take us to uproot or install some of the corrupted softwares that has been installed in us. There's a law of the universe called the law of correspondence. The law of correspondence states that, you see, our inner world creates our outer world. So if your inner world is corrupted, what you will see in your outer world is a corrupt result. There are other forces that tends to alter the kind of result we have in our lives anyway. But most importantly, over 80% of what creates our result, basically, is this law of correspondence. All right. So at the end of the day, we will want to check the operating system that runs our life. But it's so saddened. I'm so unhappy anytime I think of all these things and see how people are not willing to change, to work on themselves, using 1986 operating system to come and operate in 2020, all right, in the 21st century. It won't work. All right. And you see, and that's why, you see, most elderly people today will want to bully, will want to beat you, want to harass you, will want to force you, all right, into squeezing yourself to fit what they want. And they don't know that you don't need to force all these things. All you need to do is just upgrade, all right? You don't need to force anybody to follow you. Like I told you earlier on, when you have your energy level increased, it attracts. It's just like a magnet, right? Just knowledge is a magnet. It must attract, all right? And when this energy level is increased, it attracts every other Tom, Dick, and Harry, both the bad, the good, and the ugly, all right? So you that has the knowledge, you have the intelligence well enough to discover, dissect, remove, all right? And sieve, separate, all right, both the good from the ugly. Now you can choose who to work with and who not to work with, regardless of who they are or their status in the society. All right. So like I said earlier on, all right, I would love to get feedback. You can unmute your mic and give us feedback. All right. I would love probably if you talk than chat at this moment. All right. Probably some of the things that actually stood out for you. I promised I was going to do not more than an hour today. All right. So I want to keep to it for the first intro. All right. Tomorrow, we're going to go deeper into business and investment, understanding businesses and investment, and the ones you should do, the ones you shouldn't do. All right. I'm not going to tell you do this business or not. All right. Based on the knowledge I'm going to give you tomorrow, you're going to by yourself intelligently decide businesses to do and businesses not to do. All right. I'm going to show you 37 different businesses that I've ventured into based on experience that didn't work out. All right. All right. So you're going to learn not just from my teachings, but from my own experience, basically, on the kind of risk to take and the kind of risk never to take. All right. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't depend on you alone, but a lot of people you are going to expose to all these opportunities, because it's your relationship that matters more with the people than the money you're going to make. All right. Money will come with right businesses. All right. But your relationship is better. Right. Because it's your relationship that keeps you on your feet even when all chips are down. Right. So if you probably have gotten anything from this class today, I would love maybe 1 or 2 feedback. Then we go on recess for tomorrow morning again. Thank you very much. So who will be the first to shoot? All right. Julian is typing. Julian, I'll prefer you talk if you can. Your mind is the printer. Your life is the printout. Oh, fantastic. Whatever goes into the printer is exactly what will come out. Oh, this guy is blessing me this morning. You must therefore focus on your inner world, your roots, your inner conversation, your depth of beliefs, your depth of confidence, and the inner programmings. The work is an inside job. Okay? The inside job is strong. Thank you very much for that, man.
Welcome, sir.
All right. So you want to give us any review, something you learned right today? Maybe 1 or 2 persons out of 9 people right now online. At the point we're 11. Okay, that's a good start. All right. Anyone got anything today you would love to let us know? All right. You know, one thing you must know is that I'm going to be strict, very strict with this class. All right. I don't want dormant people to listen to me. All right. What I'm breeding, what I'm growing are leaders. All right. People who, when my network crashes, will take up the class from there. All right. Not just people to come and listen to me as if you're coming to church to listen to your pastor and you're not supposed to talk. All right. So if you don't want to talk, don't even come. I need just few people. I don't need the crowd. Is that okay? All right. So what I'm building are leaders. Like I said, people when my network drops can take up the class. All right. So you're not coming to see one preacher carrying laptop and doing daily Zoom meeting for the next 180 days. And all of us are supposed to, you know, the Lord is in his holy temple. Every other person keeps quiet and listen. Please, I beg you in God's name, don't ever attend this Zoom meeting again. Is that the kind of mindset you have? Because nobody will keep quiet here. All right? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. So who will be the first to shoot? If you don't talk today, I already have the names of the people here. If you don't talk today, I'm going to eject you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it means.
Okay.
At least you got something. Why not say it? I'm not saying take the next 10 minutes or 30 minutes or 50 minutes. 30 seconds is not, it's too much, sir.
Yeah, boss. Actually, I was actually distracted in the meeting, most productive hours of the meeting, several calls because I sent someone on an errand. So I really did not get so much, but I think I have an understanding of what you're talking about.
Tell us the one. Tell us the one you got to, Uncle.
Okay. You know, there's something you've always said oftentimes, and of course, you actually keep mentioning it that your mentor said this and that and everything, and most importantly, you always mention that your mentor said any money you have whose process of creation you are not part of, you will lose it. And that's why you often repeat that you don't help a poor man by giving him money. Because if you give a poor man money, what you've simply done is that you've only empowered a foolish man because he's going to spend himself back into poverty, which is actually evident around us. And there was a time you made an illustration actually concerning that too, about somebody living in Gwagwalada, for example. If you hand him, like, let's say, £1 million, now the first thing he does is to begin to look for an appointment, what's called apartments in Maitama. All right, he wants to upgrade his house address and all that. So, like, money in the hands of a poor man is money soon gone, just as your mentor will always say. So I really got that. That was like a reminder also. And furthermore, you said something about the money frequency also, and which is the rate at which money enters your pocket must always be higher than the rate at which it leaves, in order for you not to spend your life or live your life in poverty. So those words are great reminders, and anytime I hear them, it further sets me like gives me the assurance like I'm on the right path, kind of.
Off
Yeah, I
the
wouldn't want
mic,
to say
off the mic, off the mic. You have taken more than 30 seconds.
I don't know what to say more than that. All right, sir.
Right,
So
that's
thank you very
fantastic.
much.
That's a great one. Okay, some people are dropping their own on the comment section. I say talk, not drop.
They should talk. They should not drop it.
Look, we want to hear your voice. We want to hear your voice.
Good morning, boss.
You're a criminal, Clifford. We are coming to arrest you.
Boss, I don't agree with that. I've been there office. Now I know you're on the mic.
I do your review. Do your review if you can go back to your work.
I've been not type now. I've been not type.
I don't see any, I don't know how to read, young man.
Yeah, I learned that for us to produce any particular results that we want, it's dependent on what we have developed ourselves to, like the content of what we have. It helps us produce what we want. I got that. That also we cannot go against the laws of nature and survive it.
Yeah, nature will strangle you. Nature is designed to run on a default course. The same way we are designed to run on a default course. That's why you don't struggle to grow. You just grow. As you eat, you grow. As water touches the earth, plants grow. All right. So and you see, if all the plants in the world dies, human being dies. All right. If all the human being in the world dies, all the plant dies. So we are interconnected, as in we are connected to each other, right? So if one activity stops on the other end, it drags the other end of the activity to stop. It's just like a car. If there's no battery to lighten up the engine, no matter how heavy the engine is, basically, no matter how heavy the engine is, basically, it's useless. Not even a spark plug, as small, as tiny as a spark plug is. If it's not in the car will not start. So that's how it is. You can't go against the law of nature and think you will survive it. You won't. All right? And part of the reasons why people struggle in life is because we are always going against nature. We're always going against nature. All right, next. I'm not doing too much.
Good morning, sir.
Uncle Wilson, good morning.
Okay, I think from this final analysis that you just drew conclusion on here, I can pick the fact that every component is necessary, no matter how minute it is, for the whole process to go through. Like the vehicle, you mentioned as small as a spark plug, you mentioned as big as a battery, even the gas. So everything has to work together in unison to achieve a common goal. Then you also said something about your productivity being born on what you're made up of inside. So it
Oh,
could be
okay.
negative, it could be positive.
I was already
But if,
shouting Ojoro on the comment section.
so it could actually be it's a result of what's inside. And you made an illustration of somebody giving you money that you're not prepared to have. That give the person time, you'll be reduced to that same person that he was originally before he actually had the money. Yeah, I think I got those two straight.
Oh, that reminds me. Let me show you guys one Bible verse. Do you have any Muslim here? Hmm? Jeremiah 17:11. Hmm?
Okay, Jeremiah something now.
How many of us are with our Bible?
I'm getting there.
Jeremiah 17:11. All right.
Okay, I think I'm there.
Okay.
You want me to read?
I can show my screen from here.
That's a portrait of me, but that's not.
All right. Let me read New Living. Let me read New Living Translation. Jeremiah 17, right? Let me share my screen with us so that we can see from here as well. Can we see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. You know, this is where the Bible first said again that the heart of man is desperately evil. All right. From 9, you will see it there. And started saying, by blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord and made the Lord their hope and confidence. All right. They're like trees planted by the riverbank. I think someone said the one who does not walk in the counsel of the ungodly or sit in the seat of the scornful. All right. But my focus here is the 11, Jeremiah 17:11. He said, like a partridge that hatches eggs, she has not laid. You know, before you hatch eggs, you have to brood over them, all right, incubate them, all right, to the point that it's due for hatched, all right?
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes,
Now,
sure.
what partridge does is that a partridge can go around and see snake eggs and go and sit on it and brood over it and hatch them, all right? The Bible says, just like a partridge that hatches eggs, she has not laid. So are those who get their wealth, who get their money by unjust means. At midlife, they will lose their riches in the end. And they will become what? Poor, old fools. This is the Bible, it's not me. And I asked a question when we were starting the meeting the other time, that have you ever seen anybody who was once rich but now is poor? They used to have money, but today they don't. Right? They used to have businesses all over, everywhere, all over Nigeria. But at their midlife, everything crumbled. All right? Either due to mismanagement or due to lack of succession planning, of which we're going to, in the course of this our 180 days, we're going to do a little justice on succession planning as a topic. All right? Due to one thing or the other, one little indiscipline or the other, all right, at midlife, they lost all the riches. and in the end, they become poor old fools. You see, when Adiola was saying what I said the other time, you see, if you give money to a fool, you have a rich fool. All right? The money doesn't make him wise all of a sudden. All right? The same way, no matter if you are young today and you're foolish, you will grow old to still be an old fool. So the fact that you have gray hair does not mean that you become all of a sudden wise. I don't know if you get it. So at the end of the day, you will realize that even foolish people also get old, and wise people also get old. So the fact that you're elderly doesn't mean I will take any advice from you. You can be a fool. All right? They used to say the words of elders are words of wisdom. But that's an elder who grew old with wisdom. And wisdom that he got while he was young. Because the only thing an old elder has are regrets, as in serious regret. So the only thing they can share with you are experiences of what he or she would have done that he didn't do when he would have done it. Just the same way a lot of young people who are fools today are still making. All right? So we're going to do a lot of justice in the next 180 days. You're going to have to invite everybody that is around you, all right, to join this movement. I did say it on the group that you wouldn't like it if one part of you is growing and the other part of you is growing thinner. All right, you wouldn't want to be the only one that is enlightened in your circle and the rest are far behind. They are going to drag you behind. All right, so imagine gymming only your up and your down is not gym. You'll be big up and small down. So you will want to drag everybody, every single human being around you to attend these classes so that as you're gymming, they're also gymming. When you guys meet together, nobody is dragging anybody behind. And that's why it is dangerous to attend classes like this alone without bringing the people around you to attend with you. Because when you go out of this class and you go and meet them, you go back to their circle, they drag you back to the cow pastures. Meanwhile, you're just a young rhinoceros that is about to develop, number one, its thick skin and its horn for the jungle. So it is dangerous coming for classes like these alone. All right? So maybe we'll have one more person come to us and we call it a day for now. All right, one more person. Oh, thank you very much, Lady T. Wealth. That's King James Version or New King James Version, bar. So probably one more person and we're done.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I can hear you.
Okay. My name is Michael with a promise.
Right?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You're joining us from Lagos, right?
Hello? Yes, I'm joining from Lagos.
Right, great.
Okay, though I came late, but one of the things I learned here today was this particular statement you made. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. that it's what we have below that creates what we can see above. And that's it. Let me just say, let me use an example now. Then I have low self-esteem, and that has really affected me too much. I don't really believe in myself. I have fear most of the time that if I want to venture into something, there is this fear that normally comes up, and then I'll have this feeling that this will be failure, like failing if I spend anything. So with this statement that I made, there is very for me. I don't see it as it, and I believe the end of this, I want to do something that amounts to myself program. I should be able. So this is just my little contribution, and I believe as time goes on, I will learn more on this. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, that was great. Then to show another Bible verse that talks about uh, fear. All right. You know, there's this version. I'm sorry, I'm coming. I want to just show us the screen. First John 4:18. First John 4:18.
Communication is
First John 4:18 said, "There's no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear hath torment." All right. Now, this is my point, the one I highlighted. You know, you are always tormented every time you have fear. Always. All right. And you lose what you would have gained if you hadn't no fear. So if you want to embark on any endeavor, what you need to do for yourself is cast out fear. Thank you very much, Lady T-Well. All right, fear. Fear, you see, maybe in the course of our 180 days, I'm going to talk about the 6 fears in life that has held a lot of people poor. Over 80% of people poor. All right, and it's going to be glorious. All right, it's going to be fantastic. So thank you very much, everyone, for making our time this morning. Tomorrow again, we're having another session. Same link, same everything. Please, I beg you, invite your community to join you on this endeavor, all right, so that you don't grow alone. All right. It's going to be awesome at the end of the next 180 days. It's a 6-month course for all of us. All right. So thank you very much. And have a nice and fantastic day ahead of you. Yeah, Doc. Yes, cast out fear. Very key. All right. Thank you very much, Doc. Thank you, Lady T-Well. Thank you, everyone. Do have a nice day.
Well, I have a record that came out about 1 year ago in the United States, and this is an album that celebrates the movies. So, Ya Lublu Kenu. I love movies. And when you think about the movies, there's so many great songs that come from the world of the cinema. Songs like As Time Goes By, Moon River. I mean, you can go on and on and on. And the songs that I chose to record, there are 12 on the CD. And these songs are all how can I say it? That you can't separate the song from the movie. They're almost like characters from the films they come from. And that is definitely the case with this song. No matter where I travel in the world, this is a song that means a lot to many, many people all over the world. It's from the movie The Wizard of Oz, from At the Movies, which is my latest CD. Here is a song called Over the Rainbow. I'd like to dedicate it to all of you for making me feel good. Slava Hana on guitar.